And you know what? I think we're actually going to start fishing because it is still in springtime and I do want to catch, ideally, at least one of everything before the seasons change. They'll live in their little holes forever and ever. And I think we're just going to use the jelly hook. And then for the bobber, I think I want the sonar bobber because I just like to know what fish is on the line before you catch it. Grab ourselves a tackle box. And I want some zinc. Or some worm. And let's see if I know how to do this. They did change it up on me before, so I think, is it this? Okay. Oh, so you hover over it. You take your bobber and hover over your rod and then right click it. And it does say remove the attached bobber before upgrading. So I'm guessing you either lose the bobber when you upgrade it or whatnot, but that is good to know. And then I'm guessing to hook up that thing, we still need then the tackle box when we put this. Right. We need to upgrade it first. Right. Let's see, we need iron. And then one thingy. Or you know what? We're going to test it out. We're going to see what happens if we don't remove it, just so, I guess, for you and me to both know for future reference. What was I doing in here? I'm going to go to the blacksmith guy and get the upgrade. And then we use the table, that, and that. Oh, wait, before we do that. Put the bobber in there. Okay, now we'll... That, and that. Okay, so you do lose it. I mean, we'll just see for final. Yeah. Okay, so you do lose the bobber, guys, so be sure to take it off. Okay, now we can just go to then our tackle box, put in our iron rod, and now we can put in our jelly hook, as well as we can put in our worm. And we can have this tackle box as like a little storage for all our other fishing means. Be sure to take it out once you're done. And then just break it and take it with you. And now we just fish. You just throw your bobber out there and then occasionally you'll just see a fish, like a little stream coming towards you, like so. You just right click when it happens and then you have to play a little mini game. Basically you're holding left click, right? And depending on how well you do it, as long as it's perfect, you'll get a diamond grade fish. And the reason why you want to catch every single fish, by the way, at least one, is when you press U over it, you want to look on the top until you find the fish farming. It's the fish pond. You can see at like no population, we'll just get puffer row, which isn't much, 21 gold, whatnot. But the more population you do and you finish their little quests, well, we can get 60% chance of 8 spider eyes. We can slime balls. At 7, we can get these 2 jumberites. We can get these glass spindles and then a spore sack. So it is something worth noting and trying to catch at least one. And you can turn off that minigame, and that right there. Where did I just go? Throw the rod in there. Those sparkly things in the water is just the thing, like the thing on land, and you can see we got gold and we got another fish because of it. And I do have another video for every single location for the fish for the seasons. I'll leave that down in the description down below. Or if I don't, just message a comment and then I'll do it. But you can see right here, it's telling us what fish it is. That is the sonar bobber. And if you don't like this mini game and you want to just be done with it, you can turn it off. I believe it's still the same. You just go in the configs, and I'm pretty sure it's also in the quest logs also. Welcome. Currency shaders. I think it's like this. I have a video showing how to get to this also. But it's basically as simple as you go in and you set it to false instead of true. That's about it. I have that one, so I'm just gonna press escape because I don't care for it. But fishing is one of the things that's actually a really good moneymaker. Because if you go into the skill tree by pressing K, you can see right here, you can get +1 fish caught using any rod. And then once you level up quite a bit, you can get to +3. So a total it's +5. But then if you saw it in the fishing shop, you can buy the double hook. Where is it? This guy, which is 16,000, which it's a bit pretty penny, but you then have a chance of catching double. So you had 5 before, now you have a chance of catching 10 fish. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but once you go to the Nether, all the fishes there are worth quite a bit of money. Like for instance, the bluegill, right? That could have been theoretically, 240 gold. But in the Nether, most of the fish are worth like 500 gold. That would have been like, 5,000 like per catch. And if you get rid of that mini game, well, it just gets that much easier, right? And I don't know if I just said how you do it, but the whole mini game, once you activate it, it's just left click. You hold down for it to shoot up, like that gold bar to go up, and then you let go and it'll go down. And then if you want to like hover in the middle, right, that's when you're just kind of like tapping your mouse. So it kind of like goes up a little and let's go back down. And that's what you're just doing over and over and over. But what we can do is go type in crab trap. Let's see, what do we need for this? We need safety nuts, we need farm rope, we need straw. How we do this is we're going to get that flint knife. If you don't remember how you do that, we just need stick and flint. And we're just going to frolic in the fields and we're just going to attack these grass. And that's all we're going to do. And occasionally we're just going to get straw. Leaf bug. And a moth again. And by the way, these silk tunes on the floor, be sure to always break them. Because when you do, you get a little bit of good things. But the silk, as you can see right here, it does have a use. Remember, you can always press U on something. And then be sure to like go through up top just to see what it does. For instance, you can make a silk lead. You can make a grappling hook for stuff. The loom, we need 5 of them, but you can see 640 turns into 4,000. Well, before we do that, then you want to then press, okay, well, what's this thing's used for, right? Press U on that. And then you can see, well, we can use this to get the catching net, which will help us go catch butterflies. We can make the swim trunks to swim faster in the water, which basically is a permanent boat on you, right? You don't need the boat anymore. You can just swim in the water and you're as fast as a boat. See, 23 strong. We can turn that into, what was it we needed? The rope. Like that. Turn all that into then that. And that should be enough. Let's see, how's our little guy doing over here? One more day, and then we'll have a battery. And take that guy, and then place it in. Alrighty, and then that. Let's make some crab traps. So we got now 5. And now what we want to do with this, by the way, we want to make ourselves a hopper. I guess 2 is fine. I do want more. Do I have any more stuff for it? No. I will have to go back into the thing and make some more. But what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, press F9, and we're going to build out just a wee bit. take some cobblestone because it looks beautiful. And we're just going to come out like so. And then that way I can just start this. And then what we're going to do is just stick it in the water like so. And then break this block because it needs to be waterlogged. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go take some zinc, buy some worms, only like one time because like the best thing to do is honestly buy this guy, the worm farm. Then like think of it like a composter, right? You put something in there and then you take a worm out. You can automate that whole process too, by the way. You just need like a bunch of kelp, which if you live in the water, I guess there's no excuse for me as such. But you can just stick it in like this and you get a 1-to-1, right? 64, you'll get 64 crab bait. But if you press U over it, you can see like in a mincing machine, you'll get 2. In the crushing, you'll get 2. In the milling, you'll get 2. Now that's stuff that's later down in the line for create, like we'll need to unlock lead, which is in the skull cavern, just a little bit lower. But for the time being, we were happy with this, so we're just going to do that. And then we're going to want to take our trumpet logs and make some chests. We're going to go under our crab trap. Place a hopper, chest. Which that was a dumb. Let me just make it a 1 chest. Like so. And then we're just going to split the bait. Now the reasoning why we're doing this is I have not looked at it as of late, but before the thing was if something was in here, right? Let me just go in here. It does this, right? So it is still the same. Like it does not hold stacks. It holds only individual item. But if you put a hopper and in here, right, it will stack up in a chest. So that is the idea. So then in the future, we can have it pipe in like a whole thing so it's a constant system. Or for early game, hopper and hopper underneath and hopper on top. And just stick the crab bait on top and then it will just be like that. And it'll be golden for, honestly, for a while. That's why, again, it's probably a good idea to just invest in one of those composter guys. Or not composter, the worm farm. Just take one. You will need more in the future for the automatic worm farm, but it is still good nonetheless. And we'll just place this guy over here. And then we're going to come back over here. Press F9, press J, and then make sure this part is now claimed. And we want this part force chunked. And you heard the little sound. That means it caught something, and you can see we caught seagrass and a stick. But again, you can come to the crab bait, press U on it, and then you could hover over it. And you can see that we can catch like a seashell, a crawfish, a crab. But the best things is those things on the bottom right. We can get a slime heart, which that's the best money from this thing. But we get the Neptunium nuggets, and that's how we can get early game Neptunium stuff. Unless we level up our skills of fishing and we unlock these guys right here to be able to catch the Neptunia fish. But until then, that crab trap is going to be our only way of getting it. But anyways, we're just going to go back to fishing. And there are 3 different things for the fishing also. Like there's some fish that require daytime, some fish that require nighttime, and some fish that require it to rain. And some just don't care. And again, the reason why you want to catch at least one of everything also is you can... Where is it? Here we go. In the future, we can make a bait maker. And then you just take the 1 puffer fish or whatever fish, and it turns into 3 of that bait. And then that bait, you just stick into the crab trap, and then you'll catch that fish. And yes, in the future, you can automate that whole process. So that's why it's best to just catch one and then don't really worry about it in the future. Feisty little guy. What was his name? The Drooping. Let's see, what do we get for this guy? Drooping. Oh, we get some preserves. That's actually really nice. Right here, these treasure chests, you have to catch them. And when you get it, you'll get a little bit of a loot, a lockbox, and it gives you interesting stuff. I'm not really sure how you pull the thing. But you basically just take it. You can gamble it or you can sell it. You can just right click it, and I got aquamarine for it. Man, another seesaw person. Spindlefish, though. Let's see. What do we use this guy for? Some glass, dragonfly breath, and sparkstone. Actually, sparkstone's a great thing. Sparkstones are going to be the way that we're going to be able to automate a lot of the processes. So that is one of the best fishes to actually get. Now, granted, that is at the max population, so it will take some time to even get to that point. Thankfully, I got it now versus later. I can tell you, the fish is pretty annoying. But that right there, you just saw it. You only get the river jelly in the river biomes itself also, and it's needed for the fish pond. So be sure to get quite a bit of these guys. It's very worth it. And fish pond is actually going to be the way where we're going to be able to make a lot of money just passively with it also. What do we get? What do we get? Another normal one. Well, we got a golden apple. And the minnows are just bait, by the way. You can turn them into bait. Same thing, if you throw them in the grinder, you'll get 16. Was good enough for now, and oh, looks like our battery is done. Very nice. And be sure to, like, before, like, you know, take stuff from your backpack, just do this. If you go to your quests, you can just add it to your log. You could just come down here to fish, and then it will tell you which fish you caught and whatnot. There's no rewards for it, but it's just like a little milestone for yourself, really. And since it is a new day, we're going to go to the Skull Cavern, and we're going to go mine quite a bit because we need quite a bit of stuff, actually. Oh, you know what? We forgot to add lapis to the list, so we'll just do that real quick. Lapis, and then throw that in there. Does cobblestone merge into anything? Sturdy stone. What can I use sturdy stone for? It does switch out to that. Okay. You know what? Then I will add that to the list because that means I could just switch them out 1 to 1 and it will take up less spots. So then we'll do that. Then we just throw that out. But we did forget we got to throw this in the block list like so. There we go. And perfect. And the beauty of the hook is now we just need to just shoot up like so. And then we can just grapple to like move around also. Then we just go back down and rinse and repeat. You can see though, some of them still did come through. So I guess make a little bit further distance. Though not too many spawned in here, so it is okay. Just one skeleton and a zombie, it looks like. Oh, looks like I missed one more skeleton. But you can see how like nice the backpack looks in comparison to, you know, this guy, right? It's all contained. And like for me, I rather know that like this backpack has all of my whatever resources and then my one here has all like the different stuff. Again, I don't know. Oh, see, again, there we go. I forgot to lock the lapis. That's the one thing that you do have to just remember, whatnot. But other than that, like it is a pretty good thing. And now with all these geodes that we're getting, we probably want to invest now into a geode thing, which is basically a unlimited hammer. Because you can buy these guys, the geode busters, where one of these would break one of those rocks. Or you just save up a little bit extra and then you can get the extractinator, which is going to be a permanent one of those. And then you just place them down and then we just grab all our geodes. Omni geodes are actually the better ones because that's how we get the endgame material. And they did slow this down, by the way, too. There is a cap. Because normally you could spam that thing super fast before, but not anymore. Okay, I got another horse flute. How these things work is I think if you actually have like a horse already, you can then call it wherever you are. Alrighty, let's see. Omni geodes. There it is. Prismatic shard. Oh, got another one. Nice, got 2. That's what we'd like to see. Now just take out all of them. And then go for it and look through all this stuff. I recommend, again, saving one of everything. Don't sell everything just because everything has a use. Even though it doesn't really seem like it, even though you may think you'll never need it. For instance, marble, right? I don't know what marble does, but with an egg, some bone blocks, and 4 gold coins, I can make a parrot spawn crate. Right? And it's like, what does a parrot even do? I have no idea. But look at that. Parrot mayonnaise, 512 gold. These eggs are worth, they're worth something. As you can see, weird stuff. But then the big thing again is this prismatic shard. Goodness. Press U on that thing. We can make a fletching table, but I think you can find these normally in like villages. You can make an elytra, a red hook that has creative flight, though you don't really want to make this one. It's not really worth it. Botanist workbench, that one you do have to actually make. I've never seen one in a village, but then certain things. And dimensional card is actually a pretty good one. The infinity range one. Just need a beacon. Anyways, we'll just throw all this stuff in there because we don't need it currently. And then we'll go to this guy, take the blocks of coal, block, and the zinc. And then we're going to go ahead and go to our quests, go to our bundles, and we'll just submit these guys real quick. Well, I never really use animals, but the hunter belt gives you increased slot charms and 172% damage multiplier. So I guess if you do go get yourself some doggies, it will do some work. But again, all these stuff we don't really need at the moment. Water buffalo. If you do want to then start, putting in like the more expensive stuff or whatnot, or whatever you're wanting to spawn in, you can start, pumping those guys in there. As you can see right here, we got one Neptunium nugget and going through a little bit of that crab bait. Let me go ahead and do that thing real quick. I don't know what this is, but he is adorable. He is mine. Does he die when he's out of water, I wonder? He does not. He is now mine. He shall live next to this guy. Oh no, he's taking damage. No, I can't pick him up. No. Dumbo octopus, why? You know what? I kind of forgot that they have an air thingy like us in water, huh? Did not think this through. I do hope I can find another one. I was gonna name him Alfred. Well, he's dead, but like I'll make it. I'll make one in the future. Okay, all we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a thing and make a hopper. And we'll want one chest. Or more, or none. It's up to you. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do two things. You can do this in AFK way, which is essentially just break these things, right? Do that, and then place a chest down below. And then when you come up here, you place a hopper. And we're only going to do a little bit just because I just want to show you proof of concept of how it works. Just put that in there, and then what's going to end up happening is it's going to fill to the top, right? And I guess I changed it. Before it would go through. Before it would go through, so completely ignore what I just said. All you have to do now, though, is the same concept. Place the thing on top, place your chest, and then place all your kelp, like so. And then you're just going to right-click and hold right-click. And you can just, if you have a macro or something that will just hold it down for you, when you come back, you'll have so many worms because it's kind of like a one-to-one, right? So one kelp equals one worm. And it is good to have, like, the backpack because they get shot out randomly everywhere. So the magnet is nice, but not a necessity for this. And then when you ever get bored of that, you just stop. But you can see we got a lot of worms now. And now we can just go do the same thing now. We just make a hopper. And then go ahead and place it over here and over here like from before. And you don't put the worms in there. You place the crab in there. And then we just feed it there. And then it will just feed it like that automatically and then go into this chest down below. So that is how that whole system will work. Obviously, the more worms, the better. And the more crab bait, the better. Which is why a good thing of investing would be the mincing. But frankly, I would say skip the mincing and go for the milling instead. Because it's the same thing and you just need to go a little bit lower in the whatever place. In the skull cavern. But let me go to the nether and we're going to go get some glowstone. And then I think we're going to call it here soon. Because I'm not sure how long this has been. Recording wise, I think we're already at like 2.5 hours. And I wonder what that's going to equate to um, for video-wise. I guess it's an experiment for both of us, mainly for me. Because, I'm not really sure. I did a lot of mining in this video, more than uh, talking of stuff. Oh, you know what? You know, it doesn't matter. I'll do it next time. Depends how far away from home I get. I'll vaguely remember. But the next upgrade that we want to do 100% is going to be upgrading our pickaxe to diamond. Now the reason being is because there's going to be later down in the skull cavern stuff that requires diamond only. For instance, the Omni node, which has a very high chance of actually giving you the prismatic shard. But more importantly, it will give you a high chance of getting jade. And that's how we can then end up getting our wither heads to then end up getting the automation setup from Create. Oh no, it's the baby thing. Aghast. Oh, no you don't. Bad doggy. You know, oh my goodness. See, this is one of the things where if you forget, like I have a grappling hook. I didn't need to make that bridge. I didn't. I could have been scaling the walls. It's like you forget. Basic little things like that, you know? Oh no, the baby thing, man. I hate it. I can never hit those balls back at it. Ah, there we go, though. Some quartz, but especially the bone blocks. This is the stuff that we'll need quite a bit of for those eggs if we want them. And also, what is it? The reason why I don't really care where my home was is because I'm just going to jump into lava to teleport back home, mainly because XP does not really matter. You can level up super fast in this. It's just not something you need to really worry about. And fun fact, if you get the blue dog from the Soul Sand Valley, he will stay blue in the overworld. And you can get them by taming them. You will need to use the fire resistance potion that you got from entering the Nether from the quest reward. But then with that, all you then do is right-click your doggy with a bunch of coal in your hand, and eventually... Why'd I get hurt? Eventually, though, he will then essentially be your dog. And not only that, there is actually a little bonus with them. When they're sitting on top of your furnace, or whatever thing that like uses fuel, right? It becomes 50% more fuel efficient. So for instance, like say your, I think the lava bucket, right? The lava bucket will smelt 100 items. Well, if the doggo is sitting on it, it will then now last for 150 items. Or like coal is like 8, so then it'll be 12. Now, sadly, it doesn't work with multiple things. Like basically it's like one dog per furnace. I'll shoot this and then a fall. And there we go. That's what I meant by you won't take any fall damage. Okay, is this far enough? I think it is. Oh, you know what? I do need some blaze. Oh, what the heck? We're so strong. Oh. Weatherman. Blaze spawner. I will just take the spawner though. I want that spirit orbs because that is one of the things I would need. And getting the gold armor is actually one of the better ones because it does skip us through the whole thing of upgrading from chainmail to then iron to then whatnot. Now, sadly, we can't transfer over those enchantments, but it's not too bad to get more enchantments later down the line. And there we go, flint and steel. So we just saved ourselves the 24,000. And another one, and a gold sword, which again, upgrades. Upgrade. Alrighty, let's see. we're just gonna go now, and honestly, we're probably gonna stop here. Let's just get some final stuff if there is any. No, but like this right here is what I mean by like the beauty of it, right? You can do this, hit somewhere else, look over there, press Shift C, and as long as we don't break that one glowstone, right? Now, like, we're good. Even if we broke that one, we could just keep going. And you just climb creepily by like just pressing the hook over and over and over. Now you will reach a point where like you can't really keep going. Alrighty, so now we're just going to put everything off that has durability. And frankly, I don't really care about the cost of the death. Just to be sure there's nothing else really of importance. Nope. Oh, we're just gonna jump. And it's gonna cost us, I think, maybe like 2,000 or something. Let's see. 1,500. Okay. So they take it out of your bank account. And by the way, you do go in debt if you don't have enough money. What's gonna end up happening is whenever you make money, you're gonna pay off your debt first. How far your debt can reach? I don't know. That's something to figure out one day, but not today. Okay, I think the point of that whole thing was to get the glowstone. That was that, and then with the glowstone, we can then go into the skull cavern and place those blocks there. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and let's see, where's my glowstone? We're going to take this stuff, and we don't need the axe or shovel. We'll just need these 3 things. And now we're going to go into the thing, and we're going to start marking off our spots. But we're going to basically root out this whole thing. Okay, like so. Let's take this guy out. Cobblestone. 2, and then we'll do 1 more on top, and glowstone like so. So then we know right there is 1. Okay, there's another. So then again, we're going to place cobble, glowstone. Because remember, we're making enough room that we can still go through. So it has to be up at least 2. And remember, just do it for all of them. You'll thank yourself later when you're in a pickle and you need to get lower. But make sure you're also like looking on the map too, because you can kind of see on the map, there's like some random stuff here, right? But if you lower the cave layers, you can see like right here, we have honey blocks, right? So remember, you can then right click wave, create a create a waypoint, and then up top, you can then work your way down and like see like the proper pathway to get to that junction. And there is something later down the line that we can do that can just teleport us either lower or beside us. See, because boulders spawn where they want to spawn, I can actually place a block right there. So I guess in that sense, using a waypoint might be better, but I don't know how to make a waypoint not go lower, if that makes sense. Alright, that should be most of the ropes. Now, we do not want to go lower though, because again, all these guys are down below us. So what we're going to do is, again, go out. Hopefully they go ahead and spawn in a different region. Just kind of go all the way over here. Out of the render distance from there. It looks good. And we won't really care about the ropes this time. All we're doing here is having the enemies spawn in around here instead of where our home base area is. May take a little bit, or it might be a thing where like, you know, we reset. We wait until it's, you know, time to go to sleep, and then I'll leave and then rejoin, and when everything refreshes, we just quickly jump down and face a minimal amount of opponents versus, you know, the whole swarm essentially that's just waiting for us down there. All right, let's see. A lot of them here are now spawned here, so we're gonna kind of like book it back here and see if we'll be golden. Oh no, entered a different hole. Hindsight, should have marked down my hole. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Now we come down here. And okay, since this is now our second layer, this is the area we're gonna, you know, break everything down once again. And mark off our glowstone. Wait, this hole goes down a second layer? What? Well, that's good to know. I did not know that. So essentially, if we go down that other one, we can skip 2 floors. So I want to go over here and we're gonna mark this guy. Oh, that's what I meant, by the way. I think it was the right side is what it was. Just gonna give it some time, let them spawn over here. I really gotta mark off the right hole again. Where was it? Was it not that? Was it down here? Good. I'm not. Where, what? Is it this one? It was this one. I'm doing that. I'm marking this hole out. Like it took me like 12 tries. We're marking that one. Do that. We're gonna do that so we know that one is the better option because we can just go straight down double and bypass it completely. And obviously we want the holes closer to us, right? So you go down 1 layer, down 2 layers. So hopefully if there is a rope by here, you want to mark that down. So like right there, we're going to want to mark that down so then we can go down that super fast. Alrighty, so with that cleared out, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to bed. And now we're going to book it as fast as we can. Right, so we go in. We go down the hole. Right, then we go down the double hole. You can see it's trying to regenerate, but I kind of jumped in too fast for it. And then same thing, we run down real quick. And it looks like we got like a dud hole here. Oh no, not a dud hole. Good, good. Come all the way down here. And we're near the ice layer now. But like that essentially is how we're going to keep progressing down here, right? You like blitzkrieg it, like brute force, like run as fast as possible. Let's just mark this rope out real quick before anything spawns. And obviously the faster you blitz through the top layers, the longer time you have mining the better stuff. And that's going to be starting in the ice layer where you'll get lead as well as diamonds, I believe. And I guess another tip you could do is just follow the ropes up and place a glowstone there. But I don't know. I feel like you're going to like mine the resources anyways. And doing it that way, you're probably going to end up like going up and back and forth. There might be like mobs spawning in between times. I'm not really sure. But as you can see, going down one more layer, we now introduce ourselves to diamonds and lead ore, which is, for one, great. But also, the most important are these omni geodes. These are going to be the ones that's going to give us jade, but the prismatic shards at a higher chance. Now, sadly, I do not have diamond, but next time we go back up there, I will for sure do that. But also, don't miss these ice boulders. These are the new items. If you go in here and you type in now ice boulder and you right click and you mine, you can see what you can get. You can get the frozen geode, frozen tears, the omni geode, the spark stones, prismatics, as well as the steamy gadget. And whenever we're gonna die here, because I didn't bring my escape rope, which I guess hindsight, I should probably stick it in this one. That is like the, mining one. And fun fact about the lead ore for any of the people who are new, when you mine it, it releases a like smoke. So you got to stay out like, is it 2 tiles, I think? I think right here you'll be fine. Yeah. So it releases in a 5x5 from it in the center. And as long as you don't like get too close and you just kind of do it far away, you should be fine. But if you do go in it, you'll take damage as well as you'll get the debuff brain damage, which it reduces your speed as well as if it gets to a certain point, your whole screen kind of like zooms in and it kind of looks weird. So, but with this lead ore, we now officially entered the age of... Where is it? Create stuff. Now, obviously, like we can't do any automation stuff, but we can make the machines now with the manual crank, which is still very sufficient for our time in here. And to be fair, we're not too far away from automatic power either. Because again, once we get the diamond pickaxe now, and we kind of like blitz it to the ice layer, and we just mine those geodes, because the geodes kind of stay in the same spot too, like you can't place blocks on them. So I'm assuming it's always going to be the same spots over and over. So you could like maybe find like a different lantern type thing or a block, and then just kind of like build it from like the top down so you'll like always know where they are. Now don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is, because at least that's how it is for the boulders. And again, we'll be getting Sparkstone as a small chance, and it is used for some of the automation stuff. Now you can see here the battery is used, but these mini artisan stuff or like the big artisan stuff, right? It shows you in an area like a 3x3. So any machines in that 3x3 with it in the middle. So technically, you're not going to get 9, you're going to get 8 machines potentially within it. It will be automated, but what you'll need replacing it though is Sparkstone, right? It harvesting for you requires 1 use, so be sure to use stuff that is worth at least the 64. If it's something that costs cheaper, well, unless you're really rich or it's being farmed automatically for you, that will be what you'll want to do. And again, Sparkstone is also another thing that shows up in the ice layer, but you will need the diamond pickaxe as well. No, I think that's a dead hole, guys. I really do. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and just get rid of that. And we'll go down this one. Now we're just going to stay all the way till the 5 a.m. just so you guys can see what's going to happen. So it's nothing too really scary. And also, since it's already this late, I don't really have a chance to get all the way up there without needing the escape rope either. So we're just going to keep going. And let's see. I think this one was one of the close ones. Let's just see what happens when we come down here. Looks fairly dangerous. We're going to kind of come over here. Like, it's not so bad when you get them be in like a little hole where they can't really get you. I believe it's like 5:45. That's when it like officially kicks you out. Is it 5:45 or 5:50? Oh, okay, 5:50 is what it was. And then you can see, got to pay a fee. But everybody, that is that for this video or this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we'll get something better done. I feel like today was more of like a just a, grindy episode of, mining and just kind of like expanding in that sense. Since we did actually unlock lead, we might go ahead and go do some create stuff next episode. That is a high potential. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe because it would mean a lot. I would love to hit 1,000 subscribers by hopefully before the end of the year. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. God bless and goodbye.